dating back to 2007, 2008. But what I said earlier today, when I was in Cannon Falls, is something I believe with every fiber of my being, and that is that there is not a country on earth that would not be willing to trade places with the United States of America. We've got the best universities, we've got the best entrepreneurs, we've got the best scientists, we've got the best market system, the most dynamic in the world. And so, as tough as things are, all of us are incredibly blessed to have been born in the United States of America. That's why we continue to attract people from all around the world who see us as a beacon of hope. But having said that, we have to acknowledge we've got some big challenges. Now, some of the challenges are not of our own making. We had reversed the recession, avoided depression, got the economy moving again, created 2 million private sector jobs over the last 17 months. But over the last 6 months, we've had a lot of bad luck. Some things that we could not control. We had an Arab Spring that promises democracy and potentially growth of human rights throughout the Middle East, but it also caused high gas prices that put a crimp on a lot of families, just as they were trying to dig themselves out from the recession. Then we had a tsunami in Japan that disrupted supply chains and affected markets all around the world. And then in Europe, there are all kinds of challenges around sovereign debt there, and that has made businesses hesitant, and some of the effects of Europe have lapped onto our shores. And all those things have been headwinds for our economy. Now, those are things that we can't completely control. The question is, how do we manage these challenging times and do the right things when it comes to those things that we can control? See, the problem we have is not with our country. The problem is that our politics is broken. The problem is that we've got the kind of partisan brinksmanship that is willing to put party ahead of country.
Amen.
That's more interested in seeing their political opponents lose than seeing the country win. And nowhere was that more evident in this most recent debt ceiling debacle. The fact of the matter is that our debt and deficits are manageable if we make some intelligent choices and make sure
that was the soundbite.
That there are shared sacrifices as well as shared opportunities. And we made some decent decisions over just the last 2-3 months. And we've been willing to seize the opportunity that was before us. And there is no reason why we had to go through this downgrade. Because that did not have to do with economics, that had to do with politics. It was an assessment that our Congress was not able to come up with the compromises to move this country forward. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty frustrated about that.
Hello.
Even though I thought the other side was very unreasonable. Now that's a unique circumstance. Moving forward, my basic attitude is, we know what to do. I'll be putting forward, when they come back in September, a very specific plan to boost the economy, to create jobs, and to control our deficit. And my attitude is, get it done. And if they don't get it done, then we'll be running against a Congress that's not doing anything for the American people, and the choice will be very stark and will be very clear. But I guess my my broader point is this. Look, I think it was Mario Cuomo who once said, campaigning is in poetry and governing is in prose. And my job as president goes beyond just winning the political argument. I've got a whole bunch of responsibilities, which means I have to make choices sometimes that are unattractive. And I know will be bad for me politically. And I know will get big supporters of mine disappointed. But what I want everybody to think about is the trajectory in which we've gone. So yeah, maybe you didn't get a public option, but we've got the closest thing we've ever had to universal health care. It's a lot better off than it was when I came in office. And yes, we haven't transformed our energy system yet, but I tell you what, administratively, we just doubled fuel efficiency standards on cars, the first time that's happened in 30 years, which will do more for our environment than any piece of legislation that we've seen in a very long time. And we will be getting our troops out of Iraq by the end of this year. We've already got 100,000 out. We're all going to be out by the end of this year. And we're starting to transition out of Afghanistan. So, look, the bottom line is we're moving in the right direction. But I know it's frustrating. Because the other side's unreasonable. And you don't want to reward unreasonableness. I get that. But sometimes you've got to make choices in order to do what's best.